All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to tackle a question that honestly gets to the very core of what it means to be human. I mean, have you ever really thought about this? We all know we should probably exercise more or study for that test or eat a little better, but we just don't. Knowing something is one thing, but actually doing it, that's a whole different ballgame. So what's really going on here? Okay, let's really break this down. It's this classic internal battle, isn't it? On one side, you've got your goal. I'm going to study for the exam. Super clear, totally rational. And on the other side, the reality, hours of scrolling through social media. It's this gap, this space between what we want to do and what we end up doing, where all our good intentions just fizzle out.
So drawing from a really candid conversation about this very conflict, we're going to dig into why that gap even exists, and, maybe more importantly, what it actually takes to finally cross it.
You know, when we get stuck, what's the first thing we usually do? We start looking for help from the outside, right? We're searching for that one piece of advice, that one powerful story, that one thing that's going to make it all just click.
So we turn to these larger-than-life figures, these thought leaders. We buy the new self-help book, all of it, just hoping to find that spark, that one little thing that's going to kickstart some real, lasting change.
And hey, sometimes we find some truly incredible stories. Take someone like Swami Vivekananda. If you actually read his letters, you see a guy who was going through unbelievable hardship. We're talking illness, no money, freezing in the English cold, and yet he kept going. He pushed forward with his mission. That's a powerful example of someone whose actions are perfectly in line with their beliefs, even when it was physically agonizing.
And what's really interesting is that our sources for this kind of inspiration are changing. Think about it. We're kind of moving away from these dense, super philosophical books and more towards direct, bite-sized content that has a clear do this now message. It's not just about giving you knowledge anymore. It's about telling you exactly what steps to take.
Okay, but here's the real kicker. Even with all these amazing stories and all this direct advice, we still find ourselves slipping back into our old habits. So if we have the knowledge and we have the inspiration, what in the world is going on? What are we missing?
Well, the answer isn't about what we know consciously. It's about what we do without even thinking. The secret lies deep inside our brains, in our wiring, in the incredibly powerful and often invisible programming of our habits. Just think about your social media feed for a second. It's the perfect example. The algorithm gives you a trigger, a notification, a new post. You take the action, you scroll, and that action just reinforces the whole cycle, making you want the next trigger. It's a loop. And guess what? Our brains are wired in a very, very similar way. We create these powerful habit loops that basically run on autopilot. And this is how that programming gets installed in the first place. It starts on the outside. When you're a kid, for example, someone tells you to perform an action. Then it's repeated over and over and over again. Eventually, you don't even need to be told anymore. The action just becomes automatic. It's internalized. Boom, you've been programmed. But here's the cool part. This conditioning is so powerful that we can actually hack it. We can reverse engineer the whole process. You know the phrase, fake it till you make it? It's basically that. By consciously forcing yourself to do a new action again and again, your brain eventually starts to create the real feeling that goes with it. You can literally program a new emotion by starting with a new action. And this leads us to what might be the most important question of all. When we try to change, are we just treating the symptom? Are we just slapping a bandage on the problem, or are we actually getting to the root cause?
Because here's the thing about a lot of self-help and quick-fix solutions. They're just treating the symptoms. Yeah, they might make you feel a little better for a short time, but they do absolutely nothing to change the deep-down programming that's causing the issue to begin with.
Let's take a serious example, like depression. Medication can be absolutely life-saving for treating the chemical imbalance. That's the symptom. But often, the root cause is the set of negative thought patterns that led to that imbalance. So real, long-term change, that only happens when you address the source code, the root programming.
So, here's the hard truth, and it can be a tough pill to swallow. The real problem? It isn't the world outside, it's not a lack of inspiration, it's not other people. The real problem, which also means the real solution, is you. It's your own internal programming.
Okay, so if our habits are just a kind of code, then the big question is, how do we become the programmer? How do we finally step up, take control of the keyboard,
and start writing some new code for ourselves?
Well, it all starts with taking some serious ownership. You have to stop being just a passive follower. I mean, it's great to admire someone like Vivekananda and his mission, but that's not going to change you. Real change only happens when you make their mission, or some version of it, your mission. It has to become deeply personal. It's got to be your decision, fueled by your own realization that the old programming just isn't working for you anymore. It's all about consciously picking a new thought, forcing yourself to do a new action, and just repeating it until it becomes your new reality.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Because in the end, that's what this is all about. Closing that gap between knowing and doing. It's not about finding some magic bullet or one perfect piece of inspiration. It's about the slow, conscious, deliberate work of becoming your own programmer. It's about rewriting your own internal code, one line at a time.